ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا ومولانا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا فقد قال الله تعالى في كلامه المجيد والفرقان الحميد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر صدق الله العظيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا شفيعنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا شفيعنا محمد إن التيارح الصبا يوما إلى أرض الحرم بلغ سلامي روضة فيها النبي المحترم اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا شفيعنا محمد जागोनी के सामने चेहरा दिखा लेना मुझे जागोनी के सामने चेहरा दिखा लेना मुझे सीना पे दस्ते करम रख के निभा लेना मुझे अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला सय्यिदिना मौलाना मुहम्मद व अला आलि सय्यिदिना शफीइना मोहम्मद हशर में साथी बना लेना मुझे ऐ मोहम्मद हशर में मुझे महशर दस्ते अपने से पिला लेना मुझे अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला सय्यिदिना मौलाना मुहम्मद व आलि सय्यिदिना शफीइना मुहम्मद Alhamdulillah. All gratitude goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gave us the tawfiq and the strength to come to the masjid on this special and sorrowful day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, more gratitude and praise goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us, for creating us as human beings on this planet. If He wished, He could have made us an animal, He could have made us a cat or a dog. We would have been on the streets if He wanted. But all praise goes to Allah that He made us humans, and not only that, He made us Muslims. Ashraful Makhluqat, and also the greatest ummah. Allah Pak Rabbul Alameen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the earth for His ibadat, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the earth on this day, Muharram, the 10th of Muharram, which is called Ashura. Ashura is Arabic for 10, and if it's a noun, it's going to become Ashura. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the earth on this day. Also, the first rainfall was on this day. He created the first rahmat that came to this earth was on the 10th of Muharram. There are many incredible and unbelievable occurrences that happen on this day, on the 10th of Muharram. If we look through the Islamic history, Hadith Sharif, you'll find that on the day of Ashura, Yawmul Ashura, there was many incredible occurrences that happened. Some are like, for example, one is Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. He spent hundreds and hundreds of years looking for Hawa alayhi salam on the planet after Allah sent them to earth, and he couldn't find them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finally accepted his tawbah on this day, which is Yawmul Ashura, and reunited Adam and Hawa alayhi salam on this day. Such more, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, after he set off with his ummah on the ark or ship, when there was a flood, the whole earth flooded altogether. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this day gave him landfall. He stopped on the peak of the mountain on Yawmul Ashura. There's also Ibrahim alayhi salam, when Namrud created a fire and wanted to throw Ibrahim alayhi salam into the fire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected his Nabi, He protected his Rasul. After Namrud threw him into the fire, Allah cooled down the fire to a comfortable, so his Nabi would be comfortable in the fire and wouldn't get burned. These are all occurrences that happened and we believe in, which all happened on the day of Ashura. Such as the 10 Nabis that came to this earth, all got forgiven and Allah sent His rahmat to them on this day. So as Yaqub alayhi salam, Allah returned Yusuf alayhi salam on the day of Ashura to his, after all his prayers, Allah returned Yusuf alayhi salam back to his father, Yaqub alayhi salam, on this day. Ayyub alayhi salam was sick to the point where he was exiled. He was thrown out of society. He was living alone because people couldn't come near him because of his sickness. His body was slowly rotting, so people weren't able to come near him. So he was exiled from society. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Shifa to Ayyub alayhi salam on this day, which is the 10th of Muharram. From these occurrences, we can learn that there's much for us to learn, such as the sickness Ayyub alayhi salam has got. It was a contagious sickness. If someone else came near him, they will also get contagious by the sickness and also get the same sickness. But Ayyub alayhi salam didn't lose faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He didn't say, oh, I'm going to stay away from people. People moved him away, but he didn't. He had faith in Allah and he prayed to Allah and he asked Allah for forgiveness. He asked Allah for Shifa and Allah gave him Shifa. We can learn from this on this day, a time that we are right now, a very dark time, coronavirus and all that. We can learn from that if Ayyub alayhi salam kept faith in Allah after having the sickness, why shouldn't we have faith in Allah? Allah didn't change. From the beginning to now, Allah is still Allah. Allah didn't change. Mankind has changed. The belief of mankind has changed. The belief of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam's ummah has changed. But Allah is still the same Allah. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could cure Ayyub alayhi salam, why can't he cure us? We are so afraid of going outside. We are afraid of coming to namaz. We stand apart, disobeying Allah's orders, disobeying Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam's orders of doing namaz. We break the rules of namaz. The rule of Jamaat is we have to stand close together. We are breaking the rule of Jamaat because of what? Coronavirus. Who gave the coronavirus? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the coronavirus. So who's the one that's going to cure the coronavirus? Allah. Allah is going to cure the virus. There's nothing for us to be afraid of. If we keep faith in Allah, that Allah will keep us safe. Allah will keep us safe. It has to do with faith, aqeen. But no, nowadays there are a lot of mesabs and alims that call themselves alims that are making up new rules on their choice. It has nothing to do with fiqh, nothing to do with hadith. They made their own choice that we're going to stand apart. They made their own choice we're going to do namaz over internet and live video. We have to be aware of this. And these teachings comes from this day, Ashura. All the occurrences and all the things that happened to our previous Nabis and Rasuls, we can learn from this. If we lose something, just as how Yaqub alayhi salam lost his son, he asked Allah. He didn't make up his own rules and he didn't try to disobey Allah. He didn't change Allah's rules. Same as us. If we lose something, we are supposed to ask Allah to return it to us. If we get sick, just as Ayyub alayhi salam got sick, we should ask Allah for forgiveness. We should ask Allah for shifa. If we are in harm's way, just as Ibrahim alayhi salam was in harm's way, if we get in harm's way, we should be asking Allah for protection, not humans. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that's going to protect us. Not some rules, not the FDA, not the CDA, none of those. None of the alphabets are going to help us. You could go from A to Z and none of those letters are going to help you. The only one that's going to help you is Allah. So what if the FDA said we have to stay apart? When we come to namaz, we should be standing together. We should be doing namaz together. That's Allah's rule, to do namaz. And Rasulullah wanted his ummah to do namaz together in Jama'at. Rasul Sallallahu, there is a hadith that Rasul Sallallahu said, gather wood and get some fire. We're going to go burn down the houses of those who didn't come to Jama'at. And we, just because of the little coronavirus, we got scared and we are not coming to Jama'at. We are not standing next to each other. We're doing Eid Jama'at in a backyard. Where can any mazhab show me that there is any hadith or anything that separately people did Eid Jama'at? Or in the history of Islam, is there anywhere that someone did Eid Jama'at by themselves with their family? Nowhere. And then they came out with I was in Bangladesh at the time. I heard that there was people doing Jama'at over live, Facebook Live. If we could do Jama'at over live feed, then why don't we do Jama'at with Makkah Sharif? There's always there's a dedicated channel for the live feed of Makkah Sharif, Masjid al-Haram. There's a live feed for that. If we could do Jama'at over a live feed, we should do Jama'at with them. Why should we do Jama'at with some unknown mesa? We don't even know if his titles are true or not. But we do know that Sudaisi Shab has a title, of course, because they go through various interviews to become the Imam of Haram Sharif. We should do Jama'at with them, if it was possible. But it's not. You have to be connected. The Jama'at has to be connected. The lines have to be connected. Or otherwise, the Jama'at won't work. The front line, the back line has to see the line in front of them. That's how Jama'at works. Live feed Jama'at doesn't work. There's a lot of kufri. That's kufri. Because who are you doing sajda to? If you are not connected in a Jama'at and you're doing sajda, who's that sajda going to? The shaitan. Because there's no connection with the Jama'at, so we're not doing namaz. At that time, at that moment, it's not namaz. It's just sajda. And if you do sajda out of namaz, you bring sajda to shaitan. So all those people that did namaz did sajda to shaitan. Na'uzubillah. So these are the teachings we get from Ashura. What happened in the past, if we look through the history of Islam, all the answers are there. We do not need to make up our own rules. We do not need to look towards mesabs or alims that are making up their own rules. Think of what Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi said. Think of what Shafi'i rahmatullahi said. Think of what Rasul Sallallahu said. We do not need to look through what alims are making up. They call it ijma. What kind of alim are you if you're changing? What kind of ijma are you if you're changing the rules of Jama'at? Which cannot be changed because Allah's Rasul himself made the rules for Jama'at. No ijma cannot change the rulings of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And we have to keep that in mind. And it would be easy for them to change the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam because their main intention for the changing of Jama'at and changing the rules of Islam is people to forget of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, what Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught us. To lose faith in Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, to lose faith in Allah. The whole intention of this whatever is going on now is all to make the real ummah of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to lose faith in Allah, to lose faith in Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and make their own rules and make their own fake religion. Once they start changing Islam, it's not Islam no more. Once they start changing Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's Islam, it's not Islam anymore. It's some other new religion. And that is their intentions. We have faith in Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We have love for Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That's why we follow Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's the teachings. And we cannot speak of Ashura without speaking of the shahadat of Imam Hussein radiallahu ta'ala. It's a very sad time for Muslims, but it was also a teaching for the Muslims. It's a teaching for the mu'mins. What sort of iman do we have? We feel sorrow for Imam Hussein radiallahu anhu. We feel sad for Imam Hussein radiallahu anhu. We feel his Rasul's pain and love for Imam Hussein. There are many hadiths in Bukhari Sharif, Muslim Sharif, where there's Rasulullah and about Imam Hussein and Hassan radiallahu anhu. Rasulullah went to Shazda, and Imam Hussein and Hassan climbed on top of his shoulders. He wasn't raising from Shazda because if he gets up, his grandson's gonna fall and get hurt. That's how much love Rasulullah had for his grandchild. And Yazid, la'natullah alayhi, not rahmatullah alayhi, not radiyallahu ta'ala, la'natullah alayhi, Allah la'nat. Yazid ordered the murder of Imam Hussein radiallahu and his family. The people that who call Yazid radiallahu ta'ala are also kafir. Those who support kafirs are also kafir. Yazid is not radiallahu ta'ala. He does not get Allah's love. He does not get Allah's acceptance. We should keep that in mind. And those nowadays are calling Yazid radiallahu ta'ala also are kafirs. We should not listen to them. We should not be friends with them or have any encounters with them. They are the ummah of the Iblis. They are not Rasul's ummah. If they were Rasul's ummah, they would know that Yazid, the one that who gave the order to harm Imam Hussein radiallahu anhu, we should not have any sympathy for him. If someone came into your house and hit your son, not killed, just hit your son or child or brother, how would you feel about them? Of course, you'll never have any love for them. Like you hit my child, I'm never gonna love him.